Good afternoon, friends. Welcome to Friday Chat again. By the time this video is getting released, you must be enjoying the thrills of Olympic at Paris. However, the Indian cricket team World Cup victory has been celebrated a lot in last few days and it is still getting talked about. The players, the coach, the captain, they've got a lot of accolades from the entire cricket fraternity. There was one element which was unsung, which has been also started getting the recognition, is the selection committee. Ajit Agarkar and his team has done a fabulous job and contributed a lot in this victory. How important it is to select the right team for the important job. This World Cup campaign has taught that to us. Clear-cut role clarification while selecting the team is an important element. If you map it to corporate, when you're hiring a team, it is important that the hiring manager should write down the job description in detail and then pass that on to the recruitment team. And the recruitment team ensures that the interview panel has a complete idea about job description. And the interview panel, when they are talking to different people, they should ensure that the candidate has the right skills, and there is a long-term view also, which is very important aspect. So when you're asking someone a question that where do you see yourself in next 3 years or 5 years, it is extremely important that the organization also should have the roadmap for that particular profile for 3 years or 5 years. For example, if you're hiring a UI developer, there are typical UI skills which people see, like HTML, CSS, JavaScript, any other JavaScript framework like Angular or React. Sometimes you may need temporarily only one framework, let's say Angular. And you're hiring an Angular developer. So you check HTML, CSS, JavaScript, then Angular skills, but you also need to ensure that after completion of this project, if the person has to work on React project, he or she should have the capability either to learn that, or he or she should have that in the previous experience what they have worked upon, because that covers the entire UI gamut. Or tomorrow any new framework appears in the market, the person should be able to learn that fast. So ideally the person should have the have the awareness about the boundary conditions of the technologies what they have worked upon. And because change is the constant thing in the technology world, so when you're hiring, it is extremely important that you should see how the person can accommodate the change. Map that to the Indian victory. They have absolutely done their research very well. The conditions in the US in the first phase was different, and that's why they had an extra pacer in the first phase. And then when the tournament went into the second phase, where the matches have been played in West Indies, they had an extra spinner in the form of Kuldeep Yadav, and he did wonders in that second phase. Exactly, you should either have this kind of combination, or you should have a person who can play those roles at different conditions when you're hiring. When I talk to some people, at senior level, let's say an architect level, many a times they say that, I'm a Java architect, I'm a .NET architect, and so on and so forth. So basically, this is a misconception, I would say. When you are at architect level, ideally, you should not be labeled as a particular technology architect or programming language architect terminology, because being an architect, you should be aware of the system thinking, you should be aware of the patterns of different technologies, because the frameworks are just means. What you should be acquiring is their boundary conditions, their patterns, what are the pros and cons in different frameworks. If you are aware of that, as an architect, you will be in a better position to select what is the technology. If you are not aware of that, because you may not have that experience on all the technologies when you are in your career, the only thing is you should always be aware of what is happening in the same segment in different technology, and then adopt that if it is required, that you are expected to learn that. So role clarification is extremely important when you are hiring, writing job descriptions, clear job descriptions, and also important to have the complete vision of the role for which you are hiring. Write down about your opinions on this topic today, and if you like this, please share in your network. Don't forget to subscribe. Thank you very much.